And welcome in, everybody. It is episode 3 of Catching the Curb here on YSN, brought to you by Curbstone Coaches. DJ Yoakley here, and as always, we are joined by the man, the myth, and the legend himself, Mr. Bob Camardo. Coach, when you think about the last few weeks since you've been here, catch us up on who's been there, the way that this is run. We've had some great speakers that we just talked about off the air. Talk to us about those first, and then we'll talk about who we're going to see in the next few weeks.
Well, thanks for having me again, DJ.
Sure.
And I also brought my bodyguards with me.
You need them.
Yeah, I do need them. Chuck Fizet and Tony Montana. Tony's one of the most well-known and respected officials and umpires in the area, so he's going to talk to you in a few minutes. But October 16th, which was the first Monday after we were here last, we had Larry Karras, the legendary Mount Union football coach, and he was really, really good. We had a good crowd for him. Then we did the YSU basketball. John Barnes, of course, is on leave, so Jason Pakinowski, one of his assistants, filled in for him. And then we had Jared Calhoun. And then yesterday we had Bob Hannon, who talked about YSU football in the United Way. So we've had some really big crowds the last 3-4 weeks, and it's been really good. Obviously, Coach Calhoun is a little disappointed after last night's game, but I heard his post-game interview, and he wasn't happy. But anyway, I think they're still going to have a pretty good year, and the people were really interested to hear what he had to say.
Next few weeks, who do we have to look forward to?
Well, this coming Monday, we've got WFMJ Sports Director Dana Balish, who's been a great friend to Curbstone over the years. Then the week after that, we've got Joel Wetzel, who's the editor of the Vindicator and Tribune Sports. And then on November 27th, we have YSU interim president Dr. Helen Lafferty and former NFL great Paul McFadden.
Oh,
They're
wow.
going to double team us that day, so we've got some really good ones coming up.
3 big weeks coming up.
Yes.
When you talk about Dana, we're very good friends, obviously, with our partnership with 21 WFMJ. He's been an advocate for Curbstone for as long as I can remember. I mean, that's a great relationship that you have with Dana.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I think I may have mentioned before, he owes me because I was his teacher back in high school.
He owes you or you owe him,
No,
I guess
he
is the
owes
question.
me because I got him through high school because he didn't work all that hard. No, I'm just kidding. Dana's a great guy. He's the best at what he does. He's been a great friend of Curbstone. He gets speakers for us. He MCs our high school recognition things, and we just love having him. He's really good, and he'll be able to talk some of the high school football playoff stuff coming up.
And he'll be able to talk kind of on both sides because of the OHSA and his involvement with that as part of their team there. So that's going to be great. And we have a kind of some breaking news, a Thanksgiving special, if you will, with memberships for Curbstone. Do you want to inform us on that?
I do. If you mention either YSN Live or this podcast, we will take $5 off of a Curbstone membership, bringing it from $25 down to $20, and that's going to hold through November 27th. Whether you do it online, get a hold of one of us, or come to a luncheon would be the best way to do it. But we'll take $5 off a membership through November 27th if you mention that my pretty face has been on this podcast.
And that's an annual membership, right? So that's all the way around.
It would go through 2024.
Yep. Very, very good. All right, and we've got a special guest, as you've already mentioned earlier, Tony Montana, who is well-respected seemingly everywhere as an official and just as a general great human being. Talk to us about what Tony means to the Curbstone coaches.
I had seen Tony umpire and referee games over the years, didn't really know him until, the Curbstone scenario here, but what a great guy, and no matter who you talk to in the umpiring and refereeing realm, his name brings up nothing but respect. He gets the best games. He's just a great guy. I'm really glad I've gotten to know him over the last few years pretty good.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this with Tony Montana here on YSN.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa and I'm YN proud.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Oakley here with a very, very special guest this time. A gentleman who has been doing what he does so well on a high level for 51 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Montana, the official. Tony, thank you for joining us. We're going to talk about Curbstone coaches because I know it's important to you, but we're going to have you back at some point and talk about your career because I'm sure you've got a story or two that you could share about some of the coaches and some of the crews that you've been on. But first, let's talk about Curbstone coaches, why it's so very important to you.
First of all, thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
And I do want to talk about Curbstone coaches because I think it's one of the best organizations you could join right now. As far as sports, I mean, it's great to listen to the guests we have. You went over some of the guests we've had in the past 3 weeks, and the next 3 weeks are even bigger coming. I mean, the insight and the things you could learn from some of the coaches that have talked, and some of the ADs and principals, and now you're having great speakers on the way, and you have to learn something from coming. I don't miss anymore because I just love to hear who's speaking, and I learned something. I mean, you could have a bowling coach, and you don't know nothing about bowling.
Sure.
But when you walk out of that hall, you know something about bowling. And it's the same thing with athletic directors. You don't know how much work they have to do, and they will tell you. And I mean, Ron Strolla will great guest, will tell you how hard it is to schedule and things. And then you have coaches like Coach Phillips who comes a couple times a year. And I mean, just listening to him, and it makes you want to cheer for him and wish him the best.
And obviously, you've been around. You've had a lot of people talk to you about things. Well, you talk about the impressionable experiences that you have at these coaches meetings, these Curbstone coaches meetings. What are some of the most memorable ones that you can remember just off the top of your head? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but some of the speakers that you can remember and you took away something from them.
Oh, Coach Tressel he's always there. He's a great speaker. We have, I don't want to jump ahead, but you have Gene Steratore coming to our banquet.
Yeah.
I mean, listening to officiating and everybody hears him on the NFL channels. I mean,
yeah.
you can't help but learn something from the man. And but great speakers. I mean, we Coach Karras 2 weeks ago. I mean, how many titles has he had?
Right.
And I mean, people don't realize we have Mount Union, 30 miles away from here in Alliance, and you have one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah.
And I mean, so it coaches like that. And then a couple months ago, we had Reno Sakach from Steubenville.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was, old school coaching. I mean, so I guess you have a mixture of new school and old school coaching, and you learn from that. And the thing is, I would like to see, with Curbstone, we have a good membership right now, but it can get bigger. And it should get bigger, and we need more coaches, more athletic directors, more principals, and women, because I found out that the women that do come to our meetings are very smart, and they have great questions. And I mean, it's a great organization, and I'm just proud to be part of it.
And the beautiful thing is you don't have to be a coach to get involved. And I think that's the misconception. We're trying to help roll out the memberships are $5 off now until the 27th of November. Come try it out. I mean, I think $25 is extremely reasonable, but now that it's $20 for the year, I think it's fantastic. For you, when you have one takeaway, if you had to put one thing on the whiteboard about Curbstone Coaches, why is it that you joined?
Wow.
Sorry.
That's okay. You got me on that one. Why did I join?
Yeah.
Because I have friends. I have friends that were in it.
Yeah.
And they brought me. And once I came to a couple meetings, and I learned, and I wanted to be part of it. I mean, it was just that the camaraderie and the fact that the people are very educated.
Mm-hmm.
They know sports, and basically sports has been my whole life. I mean, other than my family, I mean, it's sports. I mean, I love football, and I picked up softball, fast pitch softball, and it's a great thing. And you talk about this at the meetings, but I'd like to bring up one more thing about the meetings is you just don't listen to the speaker. I mean, the speaker is very important and everything, but if you go early and you sit around, there's tables and who's talking about what game they went to last week or Friday night, what high school game they went to, or what college game or what pro game they went to, or and they're very educated on these things, and they know what they're talking about. So I mean, that's probably what got me was the fact that I came, I listened, and then I just joined in. And I think anybody that comes will join in.
And you have a unique perspective, too, because as an official that's been doing it for over 5 decades, most officials are very sheepish when they're hearing from coaches because there's a relationship there. There's a dance, if you will, that officials and coaches have. When you're in there, what kind of questions, and do you see things from a certain perspective? Do you ask officiating questions, or do you just keep it kind of general?
No, we're all human, and we're going to make mistakes.
No.
So I mean, if a coach says, what did you see on that play? It's like I was on the field that day, and I know what I saw, and I know what he saw, and I mean every angle is different. But I have no problem with coaches. I mean, I've never had a problem with a coach. I mean, it's just that I enjoy talking to them.
Yep.
And I wish we had more coaches coming. But the thing is, I also want more people coming to ask these questions. And like I said, get there early and talk a sport with somebody. It don't have to be football. It don't have to be basketball. It could be ping pong or something. But the thing is, you always have somebody that's willing to talk about what's going on.
Well, you heard it here first. $5 off an annual membership here to Curbstone Coaches up until November 27th. And I'm pretty sure Tony Montana just said that he would throw less flags if coaches came out. And we're part of the Curbstone Coaches as well. Tony Montana, thank you so much for taking time for us. Appreciate you. We're going to be right back with Bob Camardo to wrap things up right here on Kicking It on the Curb. Back after this. Catching the Curb.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
And welcome back to the final installment of Episode 3, Catching the Curb. DJ Yoakley, Bob Camardo joins us again. Bob, before we get any further, let's talk about the food. I mean, the food is so good at these meetings. Why is it so good, and who do we have to appreciate here?
Well, first of all, that's a tough act to follow with Tony Montana. I got to say that. And obviously, I don't know how much of me is showing in this, but I don't miss too many meals. So the fact that I can tell you that Avion on the water on Western Reserve Road, they feed us every Monday. It's $15. It's a buffet, and the food is always excellent. And those girls and sometimes guys do a great job of taking care of us there. They really do. That's a great place. It really is.
I love it out there, and you guys, I mean, you roll out the red carpet for everybody, but Avion does a great job of taking care of everybody in attendance. And again, you said $15 for all you can eat buffet. I mean, that's amazing. You can't get that here in America anymore.
No, and it's good stuff. I mean, you end up not even eating dinner on Mondays because you had so much at lunch. So
well, we're not trying to get people in trouble. Mama cooks for me at home, and if I don't eat, I'm in big trouble. I'm sleeping on the couch. We want to wrap things up. We can finally announce that we've been talking about it for weeks, seemingly off the record. But you've got finally being able to push out who the keynote speaker essentially is going to be for the banquet in May. And, sir, drum roll, I guess.
Here we go. Tony actually mentioned it a little bit earlier, but on May 5th of 2024, our next Hall of Fame banquet, and we'll be selecting our Hall of Fame inductees here in the next month or so, is Gene Steratore, former great NFL official. He now is on TV with the NFL games, doing the
CBS
rules interpretation, CBS. And I think he also does the college basketball too, doesn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so he's all over the place, and he's very, very well respected. He's the Tony Montana of the national scene, you know. But he's going to be a great speaker, and we're really looking forward to that banquet. It's on May 5th of 24. We don't have ticket information out yet, but we will. We'll talk about that down the road as it gets closer. But that's going to be a can't-miss banquet.
It's going to be a zebra fest for sure. I'm sure all the officials are going to be there, which means the coaches are going to want to be there as well and butter up those officials for the upcoming year.
Exactly.
I listen to Gene Steratore every Tuesday morning on WDVE as he kind of reviews the week that was. Great speaker, great stories. What was so kind of stand out about Gene Steratore that you're really excited about?
Well, Tom Miller, who does our Hall of Fame, he's the coordinator for our Hall of Fame banquet. He said that in all the people he's talked to over the years about who's coming to speak or who we're going to try and get, because we don't pay all that much, so we're not going to get the big shots of the world. But he says Gene's the nicest guy he's ever dealt with, and he's very excited about coming here to talk at our banquet. And the fact that somebody that has that much national recognition is interested in coming to talk to us makes it an exciting event.
We're excited. Once again, what's the date? May
5th of 2024. It's always the first Sunday of every May, and the banquet is at Mr. Anthony's.
Mark your calendars, folks. It's not that far away, believe it or not.
Before you know it.
Once we get past Thanksgiving and Christmas, it'll be right here. So, as always, Bob Camardo, thank you so much. We want to thank Tony Montana as well, who's in the frame still right there. And, of course, if you want more information, you can go to
thecurbstonecoaches.org as website, and Chuck takes care of that, does a great job for us. And also, we have a Facebook page, Curbstone Coaches, which has a lot of information on it as well.
And you can check out YSN as well for more information for the Curbstone Coaches. For Bob Camardo, DJ Yoakley, we'll see you next time on Catching the Curb here on YSN.